Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say a quick hello and welcome. Welcome to another great presentation of the program ASHFORD GARLEY Live on BRIDGERADIO Africa as we come to you from Detroit tonight. Detroit, Michigan. We're downtown Detroit at the corner of Jefferson and Woodward in Studio A. Sit back, relax, so that we can all have fun. And I promise you, we are going to have all kinds of fun tonight. As always, folks, don't be selfish. Invite a few friends. Hit the share button. Grab something to drink. Get the popcorn rolling. And tonight, we play host to the LIBERIA Sexual and Gender-Based Awareness Movement, aka Moving Forward. They will be launching the organization this Friday, October the 23rd, at the campuses of the University of Liberia. Just 7 months after the formation of this organization, they are officially launching. And tonight we have officials, board members. They are all in the building tonight. So very shortly, as soon as we get signal from the officials, organizers, and board members, you will see them live. In the meantime, I want to take time out to say hi to all of you. Jimmy, Papi, God, my own son. I will see you next month, man. Irvin Youngo, Agba Mobolu, V. Wese, Albert Moore, they've been a long time, my brother. The Captain Moore, hard-working brother. Marion Sandy says the golden voice of the microphone. Thank you, my sister. I also see my brother from Syria, Mr. Constance, Sylvester Constance. He's in the building. Musa Sharif is also in the building tonight. Folks, Glennie G. Is single, but she doesn't want a broke man. Sis Glennie, I found somebody for you. William Kennedy is in the building. He said, "The giant, what's up, boss?" Obey is in the building. Obey, I am angry with you. We have to talk. And folks, I am not doing the traditional suit and tie tonight, but how do I look, by the way? It is about 33 degrees in Detroit. Very cold. And I had to put on a sweater. Very warm sweater. To keep up with the cool a little bit, you know what I mean? Well, folks, by word of introduction, this is the brother who doesn't eat iron. Yet, he's definitely stronger than a lion. Please allow me to borrow the wordings of the wise man. Tough times don't last, tough people do. The height of a man is never known until he rises, and there's no second chance to make that first impression. Don't see okra and swallow bone, because a bald-headed man does not walk on a moonlight. When white men know your friend black man. This is yours truly, the medicine of the microphone, the golden voice of Liberia. ASHFORD the giant, and now you know me, Garley. Welcome to the show. You know, folks, tomorrow the show will be very interesting. We will have the reappearance of Mr. George Solo on BRIDGERADIO Africa. Something you don't want to miss. He will be live here tomorrow night. And he has some clarification to do. You know, they say when you haul rope haul bush. So tomorrow night, the show will be very interesting tomorrow night. I don't want you to miss it. I don't want you to sit there and go and watch the rerun. I want you to be live tomorrow at 6 p.m. And guess what? We will be on 5 radio stations in Liberia. I'm not boasting, but when you have been in the business for this length of time, decades, that you set yourself apart from others, you know? We are trendsetters. We set the trend and others follow. So tomorrow night will be on Prime FM 105.5. We will also be on Live 104.1. We will be on Super FM 95.5. We will also be on Joy FM 105.1. Then we'll be in Zwedru, Grand County on Top FM and Top Television. We'll also be on Super Television. Folks, just like that, you cover the whole country. You have 1.5 listeners at the same time. That's a big deal. That now you know, man. Just before we introduce our guests, I have to say this to you. There's not too many successful people I know that sleep for 8 hours. Successful people don't align themselves with sleep. When you sleep for 2-3 hours, you should be lucky. You have to be on the go. You have to hustle. You have to bustle. Listen, man. You want to be successful and you want to sleep for 8 hours? I don't know a lot of them that do that. You know, the fact that you see some of us on the social media, on the microphone, it doesn't mean that we're not working. Because while some of you people are sleeping, we're still working. You have to get in the mentality of starting early to finish late. You have to get that into your mindset. When you love good things, you work hard at it. I love to look good, so I have to work hard. You know? And one of the things that you have got to learn, especially the younger ones, when you start to get popular, when people start to know you, you have to maintain your integrity, your credibility. There are people out there who just want to destroy you for no reason. You've not done anything to them, but they just want to destroy you because they just don't like the way you look. They just don't like the way you talk or sound. And there's no way I can be Obed. There's no way I can be Glennie G. There's no way I can be Tavina Cole. There is no way I can be William Kennedy or Abba Moore. Look, God gave you something. It is left for you to make good use of that something. And according to my friend, my big brother, somebody that I produced for 3 years in Detroit at Mix 92.3, Steve Harvey, he said, God is only asking you to take the first step. That's all you have to do. And he will take you to the rest of the way. And he said, don't forget to pray. Don't be too proud to pray. Because prayers can change things. When you go out, you're not involved in the accident, you come home safely, get on your knees and tell God thank you. The people that even hate you, the people that are even against you, pray for them. Don't envy anybody. There's time for everything. Your time will come. Keep your head up. Keep pushing. Don't give up. Just when you are thinking about giving up, that's when God is getting ready to hit the start button. And nobody, no human being can stop it. You gotta keep going, man. You gotta keep going. Folks, we're gonna take a few bars of this song. We'll introduce our special guest. Let's have fun. And folks, just in case you're celebrating your birthday today, I'd like to say congratulations and let us show hope that you live to see many, many more birthdays to come. If you are celebrating some type of special occasion like the wedding anniversary, we also want to say congratulations. And may God continue to bless the union. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you our special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the show.
Hello.
Yes. How are you?
Hi, Ashford.
Good. Well, let us get the ball rolling. As a tradition, we ask people to give the opening statements. In this case, we want to begin with Ms. Tavina Cole. Welcome to BRIDGERADIO Africa. Can you just give us your opening statement?
Hi, my name is Salvina Cole, and I'm from Texas. I'm a Liberian, and nothing else. I mean, I'm just I am a gender activist. Everybody. I mean, obviously, my work's out there. People see me posting, and not only posting, but I've done this for a while in and out of Liberian community. And it is our passion to give back to the community here and home. And so we're moving forward with this. And so we're here today to just discuss what we've been doing and next steps.
Thank you, Ms. Cole. Mr. T. Sandy, welcome to the show and give us your opening statement.
Thank you very much. I make no fuss about it, but I like the way you pronounce my name. You're one of the best who do that. A lot of people have trouble with African names. But I'm T. Debesendi. I am a professor at the University of Liberia, director of the Kofi Annan Institute for Conflict Transformation, something I've done for the last 12 years, doing research, helping to build formulas for peace and reconciliation in Liberia and West Africa, particularly Liberia and Sierra Leone. I work as a certified mediator, and I work on community sensitization in the areas of peace, security, gender, and advocacy.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sandy. And want to go to Ms. Veronica Lowy in Liberia. Say, Veronica, welcome to the show. Give us 2 minutes.
Thank you so much for inviting us on your show. Yes, in Liberia, this is Veronica. And I still have to tell my nieces and daughter that's how it is being pronounced. But I'm Veronica from Minnesota, this state of a lot of advocacy. And I am an evangelist. And I do have a program, the PJs and Blanket program, where we give blankets to underprivileged mothers, both here and abroad. And my passion is to work with people that are being who are considered the underdogs. And this organization has attracted me to them because of the values that they have, and the passion that I have working with them has brought me closer to my goals and dreams.
Thank you. So everybody talks about gender-based violence, but what exactly is it? Any one of you can come in.
Maybe I can start.
And you have the microphone.
Thank you. Gender-based violence has become almost like a household word in many communities, and especially around Liberia, dating back especially to the end of the war, where a lot of this was seen, and no way to establish a baseline as to whether there's more after the war, before the war. We as researchers continue to have some doubts about where to establish a baseline on this. But gender-based violence on around seem to emphasize one form particularly, and that is the issue of rape, which no doubt is very predominant. But when we talk about gender-based violence, we are being very holistic. We are being total about gender-based violence. And we are talking about issues that include demand for sexual favors, either for jobs, grades, for other preferences of any sort. We also talk about the way we relate to each other, especially in the dynamics of power ratio. Somebody who has an upper hand, using that upper hand to either downplay verbally, emotionally, or otherwise, clamp down on other people just because of their power or where they sit or so forth. We also talk about the trafficking of people. We talk about persistent non-support by yet-to-be fathers. These kinds of issues in our society, the maltreatment of children, giving up children for, as it were, better feature, so-called better feature, when we don't even know where they are going to be taken and how they get used or abused. All of these things constitute gender-based violence as we want to look at it in this totality.
Okay, Ms. Louis.
Yes. Yeah. Oh.
The same question to you.
Gender-based violence, Dr. Sadie has spoken about it in Liberia. It has become, I will say, epidemic, because in America we do have that problem. I was on a show where they had a global discussion of gender-based violence, which included harassment on the job, women and men being harassed on the job. Mostly children have been used for human trafficking, and women are being used still in this age for as sex slaves. I was so applauded that Minnesota had just stopped child bride marriage at the age of 13 up to 2020. A 13-year-old could get married in Minnesota. So gender-based violence have covered so many violence against humankind. And that's why these organizations like ours, we are here to advocate.
Joe?
Yeah, I think Dr. Cindy and Sis Veronica has said it all, but I wanted to talk about some of the types very briefly, because most times we look at violence from a point of, just look at domestic violence or another form. But we have to consider also emotional abuse, and that's another form of violence as well. Financial abuse. So we have to look at all other types, not only just rape, like Dr. Cindy said, but we have to look at other forms of abuse, all of them, emotional, psychological abuse, all those forms of violence. We have to consider them because all of them have, if not equal impact on the individual. So
You see, when you want to take this type of initiative, people look up to you as a leader, look up to you as a role model. So that would mean you have to watch every step of the way you conduct yourselves in society. I just want you, anyone can go again, to come and tell us, a little bit about your organization, how it came about, and uh, what is this going thus far. Tell us about the mission. Thanks.
So I will start with the mission. Our mission is simple. It's just to inspire, to educate, advocate like we've been doing, to form alliances with like-minded people, partnership, and to whether it's, government or non-governmental agencies, and just to support the work of sexual and gender-based violence and to help eradicate that. We think that it can be minimized, and we think by true collective effort we can make that impact. And so it's just simple as it is. Just to form partnership to reduce that to reduce that illness pretty much in the community or in our society.
Okay. Now, how were you able to get this off the ground within 7 months? I know there have been a lot of challenges, especially when you want to establish something back home, from the genesis. But give us some testimonials. How were you able to get this off the ground in terms of?
Let me speak about that, Ashford.
Okay.
Let me say to you, unlike a lot of other organizations, institutions, even businesses, investments that have so much difficulty in establishing in Liberia, and I'm sure you are talking about all of the dynamics and bureaucracies and establishing institutional entities in Liberia. I want to say to you, this has been a very easy and smooth ride. And that's because this is an area that touches the heart of every Liberian. Every Liberian has signed up to this, knowing that this is really where we should be going. This is talking about the dignity. This is talking about the sanity of our society, the dignity of our people. And this is talking about rule of law. This is talking about providing social services at its core. When we undertook a research on sexual gender-based violence in this country some years ago, what we were at the time actually targeting was not the statistics that are coming up on sexual gender-based violence. And I think the Ministry of Gender and government institutions are doing very well, actually building a good statistics of how much of this is happening per week, per month, and over a year, and so on. We have good statistics coming up. There are still a lot of underreported, but good statistics to work with. The question becomes, with all of this, there are people who are still very crushed under this menace and have no redress. And that's because so many blockages exist in our social service delivery system. For instance, the justice system, the protection system, the delivery of the police on their core duties of serve and protect, either lack of knowledge, abuse of power, or limitations of logistics, just a whole range of complication of these issues. But at the end of the day, when we talk about organizing this, I mean, we were widely embraced in Liberia. And this was one of the easiest organizations to have established. Everybody, even in ministries and agencies, where people would normally provide resistance and so forth, we were embraced. Granted, there are some people who don't want to be openly seen with us because this is a very touchy issue. People know that these are issues that border on security because of the kind of people who commit sexual gender-based violence. And if we are going to deal with this, we got to deal with it irrespective of where you sit and who you are. There are police who are currently on the run because of their offense in sexual gender-based violence. There are representatives. There are senators who are guilty of this. There are government ministers who are guilty of this. And what we are saying is this need to be addressed holistically. So such people are not going to be kind to the way this goes, but the general public, the Liberian populace, the Liberian people, good people, embrace this and know that this is where we should be going. Especially when you listen to Tell, what you talked about the mission. One of the core elements of our mission is empowering people who are victimized through these kinds of meanness in our society.
Now,
So
speaking of Tell, there are many organizations in Liberia, in both Liberia and other parts of the world, that are addressing this kind of violence. What makes your organization different from those other organizations?
Well, a lot of things, but I would just speak to some of them. Dr. Cindy alluded to some of them. One thing that I know is the passion, that passion and the drive to give back. Like Dr. Cindy said, it was just an easy and seamless process for us to do because this organization we have a team or a group of people who are passionate about this cause. We also have just a huge bank of knowledge, expertise, subject matter experts from all walks of life that are committed to this cause, and they're willing to see that change in Liberia, in America, and other parts of the world. And so it was just an easy process. I have never seen, I'm almost 50, but I've never seen a group of strangers that are so passionate about one cause like I have on this team, or that I have worked with on this team. So I think that's what makes us unique, is that passion, is that teamwork, that team spirit, and the desire to give back, other than the knowledge bank that we bring together, our expertise. So I will have somebody else chime in if that's the case. If anybody want to come in on that.
Yeah, I would just pick it back on that. Considering all of that, the other thing is no one currently on our team is like looking for benefits for doing this. We are all established and doing what we are doing. Very satisfied, like Tel said. We are here to give back to our society to fill cracks that really are causing the lack of unification, the lack of reconciliation, the lack of access to justice, the lack of psychosocial services. So those things are so needed that once Liberians hear of someone who has an iota of service to them in those lines, they really have embraced us. So it has just been wonderful, and that makes us very unique.
Okay, we'll go to Veronica, then we'll take a break. Miss Veronica, you can come in and throw some light on this.
Well, Yes, there are a lot of organizations out there who are we're all going on the same path to where we think we are going to, and to accomplish what we want to accomplish. I will tell you, when I met Kel and the group, I work in social services, and I saw the passion of people coming together from Liberia and here, working together to become a group. The most important thing, what I see about our group, is we do not look down on other people. And that's my pet peeve. I cannot tolerate that, because we are all made equal in God's eyes. And working with professional people on this team, for those who are not professional into social services, we are learning from professional on how to deal with victimized people that we meet. So that's the beauty of the team. We are growing and learning from each other.
Thank you. We're going to take a break right now. And folks, if you're just joining us, this is British Radio Africa. And of course, you're watching the ASHFORD GARLEY live. And we're live in Liberia right now on Prime FM 105.5. They are carrying the program right now. But we want to take a listen to something from this very, very powerful organization. Be my guest.
Violence against women and girls is one of the most widespread and persistent human rights violations in our world today. A total of 87,000 women were intentionally killed in 2017. 50,000 of them were killed by intimate partners or family members, meaning that every day, 137 women across the world are killed by a member of their own family or a loved one, according to the UN Office on Drugs and Crime. 69% of all women who were killed in Africa in 2017 were killed by their partner or family member. From January to July of 2011, rape-related incidents made up 68% of all gender-based violence cases reported to the Liberian Ministry of Gender. In the past 4 years in Liberia, an average 54% of rape survivors were less than 15 years of age, according to the World Health Organization. From January to June 2020, more than 600 cases of aggravated assault, rape, and sodomy were reported to the Liberian Bureau of Corrections. Of the 107 cases tried in court, there were 44 convictions and 42 acquittals. In October 2017, Sino County Senator Milton T.A.G. submitted a bill to make rape a bailable offense. It took the 6th session of the Liberian Senate less than 2 days to amend the law. During the war, rape was weaponized as an instrument of torture. It has now become a weapon of daily life. Rapists live among us and are known to us. They are our bosses, co-workers, fathers, brothers, uncles, cousins, religious leaders, acquaintances, husbands, and friends. The Maputo Protocol asserts that every woman should have the right to dignity and that every woman should have the right to respect as a person. Where is the dignity in abuse? Where is the respect in violence? Our silence will not save us. We are each other's keepers. Speak out, say something. Together, we can end the violence.
Strong message.
Yep.
The woman said she almost 50, but she looks 30. Davina Cole, thank you. Thanks to Sis Veronica. Thank you to Dr. Sandy. Now, let us talk about tangibles. What are some of the achievements so far as it relates to your organization?
Doc, you want me to go or you want to go?
Yes, no, please go ahead.
Okay, so as you know, we've just established in 7 months, but some of the things we've accomplished, we've managed to set up our own website, which is fully loaded with bank of information, by far better than what Gender has on their website, and it's open to anybody to go and just model that. We also have we've a registered organization in America and in Liberia. We're registered both places. We have a talk show that we call Gender Talk, that we talk about different issues. Also, we have trainings. I'm sure you follow me, and some people are following me on Facebook, where I teach Zoom classes for free. And we all know that's paid service, that professional service, but I teach it for free and targeting people, especially in Liberia, because for them, this is this is new for them, this whole COVID and using Zoom and StreamYard, even though I have been doing it behind the scene, but at least I decided to just do it forward on behalf of the group, and then members of the group like Dr. Sandy, I mean, just the whole group of us have been, Steve, I don't want to call names and leave my team out, but they have been, used through Gender Talk, just giving some awareness, because our focus has been awareness. Also, we've been doing some outreach in the communities. I'm sure you guys have seen the pictures out there. We've been going to marketplaces, communities, schools, ministries, and then just giving out, doing some awareness. And we've been getting our flyers. We've been giving bumper stickers to pimping riders, bus riders, anybody we can interact. So we're doing it in Monrovia, Liberia. Monrovia, I'm sorry, but we want to go out to the other counties. So over time, the goal is to cover the entire country. Every country, every car, every moving vehicle must have a bumper sticker or must have some knowledge about gender-based violence and how best they can eradicate this from the society. Also, we have through partnership with Spoon TV, we were able to give some safe houses that we partnered with. I think about 4 or 5 of them were able to give them some donations, form of rice and other items during the COVID time. And we hope to do more. We have some other projects that we're working on, but I'll let Dr. Sandy and Sis Vero come in.
Dr. Sandy.
Oh.
Yes, Sis Vero, go ahead if you don't mind.
Okay. What very what really brought our attention was getting the young people involved in this movement. We have young people on the ground that willing to go the extra mile without asking for anything in return. We have young people who are out there giving out stickers, taking letters to talk about awareness of abuse. And it really gave me hope that with the younger generation getting on board with what we are doing, will make a change and make a difference. Because when we look at the population that are affected, it's mostly them. So if we were able to get some of them on our team, that is a big blessing for us.
Okay, Doc.
Yes, talking about achievements, I mean, we are just so grateful that in shorter time, we've been able to do what we've done. And we take no pride in ourselves. I mean, the Liberian people, whether home, abroad, and partners, really, I mean, we just say we're grateful. Our registration, like I said, was a ride through. I mean, all of the complicated things that people encounter in registering organizations, we didn't encounter any of them. I mean, this was a ride through. That's a great achievement. But the points is very made. I just want to really piggyback and really emphasize it more strongly. For the young people to have buy into this in so short a time and learning both volunteerism as well as nurturing themselves in the philosophy of standing against violence. This is a very powerful achievement.
Yeah.
Normally, we know in our society in Liberia today, young people are seen as the face of violence.
Mhm.
For young people to come on board and become the propagators of stand against violence, say no to violence, uh, respect women, uh, promote gender equality. I mean, these are huge, and I mean huge achievements. Also, all that we've needed, we've not gone out to beg anybody to do the things we do. I mean, Ashford, great people like you who will provide us this space that would have cost us so much. And you have provided this. So this is your great contribution, not just to us, but to your nation. And just so many others. I mean, other media institutions, other partners who have really done things like that. So for us, these are our achievements. And there's just so much to name.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to add there, add short in such a short space of time, we have established some good relationship, like Dr. said, with his media, but also with key stakeholders in Liberia, including government, and that are willing to work with us on what we're trying to do and are working with us. And so that's a huge milestone for us, a huge accomplishment, and so it's important that I mention that.
Well, TELF, the organization will be launched this Friday, the 23rd of October, uh, on the campuses of the University of Liberia.
Capital Head Campus, yes, the Capital Head Campus of the
Okay,
university.
I know you have outlined the various types of programs. Uh, Tell us about some of the invites for this occasion. Dr. Sandy, TELF, anyone you guys can go.
Let Dr. City
Oh,
go first. I don't want to talk too much.
uh, I want to, yeah, I really have pleasure in sharing some of the people who have been invited and who have confirmed. Um, the, 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 the list is endless, but we just will pick up a few, honestly. Uh, Dr. Reverend Dr. Julius Saulo Nelson, the president of the University of Liberia, will be giving the opening statement at this very program and welcoming the participants to the program. We also are going to have Her Excellency, the Ambassador of the Kingdom of Sweden, Ambassador Ingrid Watervest, who will not just be attending, but has kindly consented to induct the board members of this organization during this very unique program. We have the president of the Rural Women Association of Liberia, Madam Ebe Munger, who will be doing the keynote address. And actually, I want you to know that this is especially significant because when we talk about sexual gender-based violence, we would have got an Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, we would have got, Nobel laureates and, what have you. But we are getting Madam Kebe Munger, the president of the Rural Women Association of Liberia, who will be doing the keynote. Because if you really examine and unpack the nature, scope of sexual gender-based violence in Liberia, who is most affected? It is the group that Kebe Munger represents. Our rural people, our underprivileged people, and that's why we are getting her. She's not a Harvard graduate. She's not a university graduate. She's never darkened the door of a schoolhouse. But this is a woman with exceptional abilities. She represents that core. And she is coming to speak as the keynote speaker on this very unique occasion. We also have a minister in the Ministry of Education who will be doing the official launch. And we have a young, dynamic youth culture troupe that will be doing special performances and making statements. Some of these children are between the ages of 8 and 16. And I'm telling you, Ashford, I wish you could be there. You will see it live because we're going to be zooming this, beaming it across the world. And we really want you to just see the talents, the statements, the passion of these young children. We also have some of the people who take the brunt of this, uh, people who run the safe homes. They will be coming together for this program, sharing their challenges, but sharing their passion and their contribution to the society on what they are doing to support victims and underprivileged people in this fight.
You know
So,
that I want to say a big thank you to you for the undertakings. I am coming to Liberia next month, and I will make sure I see you because our daughters, our wives and sisters are all in trouble, you know. And the fact that you've taken on this initiative, I think it's a step in the right direction. But I would like to go to uh, 12 or Veronica, and then we will take another break. 12?
I think that the city said it all, but we're also inviting the students from to come not only attend but also to speak because they are the mostly effective if we really want to think about it. Also, we've invited other nonprofit agencies as well as government to come and say a word or two, and be a part of this because it's a joint effort. So we're looking forward to it. We hope they will honor our request. We've invited all government agencies, including the president's office, the vice president's office, the first lady. You just name it. Everybody's invited. You will come and be a part of this worthy cause. Come, let's form some collaboration to bring an end to this problem in the society. Sis Vero, do you want to add something?
Sis Vero?
And we will not forget the Council of Churches. They are invited too, because we have come to realize not only in Liberia but globally, the churches have been affected with sexual-based violence and it's been silent. We are silent in the church. So having a collaboration with the Council of Churches is another blessing to us to let this movement move forward into the churches and the mosque. So we're blessed to have them there as well.
ASHFORD, I'm sorry, before we move on, I wanted to make a point of correction there. If you've seen our invites or some of our flyers out there, we did say we're going to have a march, but the march has been canceled because some of our partners and stakeholders have expressed, the issue of COVID. Now the numbers are reduced, and the fear that things COVID may increase. So we decided to consider the concerns. So we're not doing the march anymore. We're just doing the actual program. You come on the campus at 9 a.m. and we'll do the official program. I just wanted to correct that so people don't think that we're still doing that the march.
Okay. One more question. Then we'll open up the telephone lines where folks will call in. Perhaps they have a few questions for the organization and of course the launch as well. Now, once the program or the organization is launched, what are the next steps for this very great initiative? Again, any one of you can go.
Yeah. I think we have already said in the beginning that we've been working and we have worked for these months and we have brought to bear a lot of what what we are talking about now as achievements. The truth of the matter is the launch is only like putting ourselves more in the public space and saying we are a constituted actor on this stage. There are a number of people who are very interested in this, who are supporting this, the UN system, the international organizations, civil society organizations. There are gender task force that have been established through our support into all of the security sector of Liberia. So all of these people, we are now going to say, as an institution, we probably done this in ad hoc ways, but now we're going to be doing this in a sustained way. I should, without going into the details for tonight, I would just say to you, some of our work have ensured that women in our security sector have now been considered to be moving up into the decision-making arenas based on the kind of work that we have been doing. So we are going to intensify that, and we are not going to rest until that is done. Liberia have had a female president, but that did not empower, let's just say, 3 million women in Liberia. That's one person. As great as that is, as successful as that is as a country, as a plus it can bring to us, it was one person who was president. Women still have the challenges they have, and we need to work to eliminate those challenges. So this is going to be something we are going to now contain and sustain in our next steps.
Okay, we want to go to 12, but just before we go to 12, let me announce the telephone number. The lines are now open. The number to call is 248-979-1718. If you have a question or concern, please begin calling now. 12?
Yeah, I think Dr. Cindy said it all. We have some projects that we're working behind the scene. We're not going to, say everything out here, but we'll ask you and the public to continue to follow us. Our work will remain public, and then you'll see what we do, and you can be the judge. Also, I know a lot of questions. We made a presentation today on Spoon, and people have a lot of questions, but we ask that you restrict your questions to the launch. Because that's the whole idea. If you have other questions, we can come back and address it, but we want to address tonight just the launch.
Okay, Sis Vera?
Well, after the launch, I would say the sky is the limit for us by God's grace, that more people will get on board for us to do what we need to do to stop this demonic thing that is in our society.
Okay, we're still listening forward to hearing from callers, but as we listen to hear from them, how can take for example, I want to be the part of this organization. How does it work? How do I go about becoming a member? I know Ella, you touched on the website. Somebody's interested. You know what? This is a great initiative, and I want to be a part. How does it work? Where does one start from?
So the first thing, let me go first, and others can chime in. The first thing is you must have a passion for this cause. We know that a lot of organizations out there, sometimes people join an organization and they just want to be there, just to have the number. You must have the willingness to work. This is an organization that everybody has to play. I mean, you got the role to play, and you must play that role. So not only passion, but willing to work. And so once you got those two things and you can work well in a team environment, even if you're not perfect with it, will help you to work in a team environment. You can reach out either through our Facebook page, or you can reach out through the website. Through the website, or you can reach to us individually, and we can get you the application. But let me talk about the application a little bit. If you're in Liberia, we have $100 fee, but it's way for the folks in Liberia, because we understand they already got some major constraints over there. We're not trying to put more burden on them. But if you're in America, the registration and the annual fee is $100. Now, you don't have to pay in full, but you can pay in installments, but just make a commitment that you're going to pay it. That's all it is. And you have to make that payment before you can join the organization. We have a WhatsApp group, which is for members only. We have our Facebook group, with almost 1,000 members. That is open to the general public, but to be a part of the WhatsApp group, you have to be a member and you have to fill out the application. We will review it. We have a review team that's going to review it and approve it, and then we can include you in our database and include you in our in the WhatsApp group. Dr. Seni and Sis anybody can chime in.
Well, I think that's basically the membership requirement, and more than the money, which would help. But our key is that we're looking for people with the right passion. We're looking for people who really want to bring about change in this area. We see that this is a fight, and we know it's a fight because if you go to schools today and the level of demand on sex for grades, you go to public offices and people with qualifications are walking up and down the corridors, or because they cannot meet the demand for sex for jobs. You go to institutions and people are stagnant and can't move up the ladder, irrespective of all the experiences they bring and all the contribution, just because they cannot submit to these kinds of demands. I mean, we have to say this has to change. And for us, this is a fight that we must win. And we are committed to doing this. So people who want to join us, come with that passion. In the third grade, I think that must have been about 50 some years ago when I was in the third grade. I learned a poem, which I think I still remember a few bars of. It said, girls and boys come out to play. The moon does shine as bright as day. Come with a hoop, come with a core, come with a good will or not at all.
Yeah. At all.
So,
time has with us. And just before we go home, when they say 1 hour, 1 hour can go so fast, But
yeah.
Do you all have any last words to our audience? And any one of you can begin as we go home tonight.
Let me just go quickly. I just want to thank you for hosting us tonight and supporting the work that we do. I know we talk all the time, and and expressing your interest in the work and the fight against violence against women and children. Also, and men too. Let me not leave our men out. But I want to thank your viewers too. I see they are watching us, so they could have been looking at other things, politics and everything else, but they took the time to follow us. We're truly grateful. We want to encourage the public to continue to follow our work. And if you're passionate about the cause, feel free to join us. We're, it's open to anybody, CPP, OP, CDC, WebP, OP. Come with your passion, come with your desire to work, and together we can make it happen. That's all I want to say.
Okay.
You want me to go? For me, I just want to thank you for bringing us up on the show, and all the other media that called, willing to work with us, and my team, the team, because of the team, we are here today. Everybody's working together for one common goal, and that is to tackle this sexual gender-based violence. And I just want to tell those who are passionate about, I believe in being my brother's keeper or my sister keeper from our biblical point. So if you have a passion by helping somebody, by just, giving somebody a little, you can come and join us, because your voice is more than, it will go further than what you think. And I thank the viewers, and I thank everybody. God will bless us, that our country will be a country where we will be proud to say, the people in our country frown on abuse. That is our goal, and that is my prayer.
Thank you. That.
Yes, I think the women have put it so well. I really just want to be grateful to you, to our listeners, to our viewers, our folks in Radio Land in Liberia here. We are available. We really have open arms to everybody. Large group, good small groups, grassroots organizations that are passionate about this. We even would like to give our commitment to strengthening, some of those groups so that they can be more effective in fighting against sexual gender-based violence. So if any of them want to reach out to us and just getting support in how to get stronger and how to work in rural areas, how to remain in their areas and be more effective, we'd be very happy to see what we can do to encourage them.
Well, Tafina, I would have loved to do some professional business work with you because of your eloquence, your talent, and the way you project. With me being a voice over production coach, I know what you can do. But I would not be surprised because Stanton Waterspoon wants everything for himself. That was so greedy. I would not be surprised he have already asked you to do something with him. So, folks, Stanton Waterspoon wants everything for himself. So I'm not be surprised he talked to
You don't go way back now, way back before Stanton now.
I know.
Earlier bird get the worms, so maybe he the earlier bird.
I know. Enjoy the rest of the night. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, brother.
Good night.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Hey. Sugar.
And folks, this is how we go home tonight. But just so you know, tomorrow, hey, if you can drink tea, get your tea ready. If you can drink coffee, get your coffee ready for tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Bridge Radio Africa. If you can drink a little something, George Lover, your favorite drink from Costco, try get it. George Solo reappears on Bridge Radio Africa tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That will be 10 p.m. in Liberia. And what does he have to say again? Big question. And we will find out tomorrow night. I just want to say a big thank you to all of you, folks. The work that we do on a daily basis. You have folks at the George Lobo, and others who are so passionate about our country. The thing is, if you think things that are going on in our country, if those things are okay, then sit and do nothing. But if you are pissed off the others, then put on short trousers. Get up, strap the belt, and go do something. We have an election coming up on December the 8th. Get up and go vote. I would not tell you, say, go vote for the opposition or go vote for the ruling party. Because I don't care about them. I don't give a damn about them. I care for Liberia and I care for the Liberian people. I have been accused of being fake, that I support the opposition. Others will say I support the ruling establishment. People have already concluded that George Weah bought me. But you know what? I didn't fight for this name for over 20 years for nothing. When you were doing your thing then with the alien administration, we were here preparing ourselves. You know, going to school just to be ready for this. And I made a decision to go back home to make good use of my talent and expertise. I don't have to work in the government. I don't even have to see George Ware. I'm okay. I'm set. You know, the other day I told you that I'm getting paid for the rest of my life. It just didn't come easy. I worked hard to be in this position. And we're going back home because in the absence of the professionals, you can talk to anybody. And we're going to take broadcasting, we're going to take radio to the next level when we get back to Liberia. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going to Liberia next month. When George Lobo comes to Liberia, I will be on the grounds. When Duke gets to Liberia, I will be on the grounds. Mona Fahad and the rest of the people, you know, those who find themselves in the opposition, and those who find themselves in the reading establishment, we want to go. Or the reading establishment, we want to go and have the opportunity to ask the tough questions, because you know what, at the end of the day, this is the only country that we have. And you just can't sit down and allow your country to go like this. You have a president who only thinks about himself. Mr. President, 4 auditors died in 8 days. You go to church and you are concerned about somebody talking about Jika in your toe, about somebody calling you names. Amen, George Ware. The auditors that died, they have wives, husband, children. But you were concerned about somebody talking about you having Jika in your toes. You were concerned about somebody telling you your fingernails are black. Those are the things that you were concerned about. This is not fair for Liberia. You are the leader. Stand up and lead our country. And folks, I don't see the CPP holding. Maybe they're just playing some type of tactic until after December 8th. After December 8th, there will be no CPP. Maybe there will be CPP with ALP, Unity Party, and something else. But ANC, the things we're hearing now, I don't think the CPP will hold. And if you are serious to unseat George Ware, if you are really serious to make a difference, then you got to hold together. You can't unseat George Ware with their mindset. They say Alexander Cummings is a dictator. The man, the president, you say the man a dictator. How can a dictator remove another dictator? Liberia is a complete joke. And you see why I saw and say, you know what? I will be in the middle. I don't need a goddamn thing from the opposition, not the ruling establishment. Even though people who support the opposition, they insulted my mother, my dead mother, for no reason. Simply because I tried to play the devil advocate. I got in trouble for that. But you know what? I have nothing to say to them. They don't man up to apologize to me or have nothing to do with them because I didn't do anything to deserve that they respect. Sometimes you have to respect people. You don't just get up and open your mouth and say things that you have no clue about. And some of you people are so controversial. Your law controversial. You just get up and say, yeah, push a fire and things like that. But listen, I am going to play host tomorrow night, 6 p.m. U.S. time, 10 p.m. Liberian time to George Solo. George Solo said to me, the things that are in the belly of the cow, it's time for those things to come out. Who are we? We are here to ask the questions, and the people should speak. But we will control the language because this is just not the social media anymore now. When you have radio stations in Liberia and say, you know what, I love the content. I want our stations to carry your program. You have no choice but to control what comes out. You know, you sit in one low box and you have the 15 counties listening to you. The what happened last night. I mean, it was like Liberia against America. We have more callers calling from Liberia than America. And we're talking about where people really know about the issues. And this is where we come in. We'll bring the celebrities, we'll bring the newsmakers, and we'll sit in the studio. And the real voters will call in and express themselves and ask the questions. And that's why we are the trendsetter. We set the trend and others follow. You know, after you've been in the business for a few decades, you have that breaking right. Folks, get the pack on rolling for tomorrow night. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. in Liberia. We will be on Prime FM 105.5, Live FM 104.1, Super FM 95.5, Joy FM 105.1, Super Television Channel 10, Top FM in Zwedru Grand Julia County and Top Television. Just like that, you have the whole country listening to you. Until then, folks, that's all the time I have to be with you. What no muzu anyone je madobo won kloya dueblo bodo bla e pare ko yo bodo sei mo gladion mo jimi andre ne mo nyina za mama na gwa jimi ye mo pona zuo aponyu so azuo. Please allow me to borrow the wordings of the wise man. Tough times don't last, tough people do. The height of a man is never known until he rises, and there's no second chance to make that first impression. Don't see okra and swallow bone because you can't hide your nakedness from beef and bucket. A bald-headed man does not walk on the moonlight. Folks, the brother who doesn't eat iron, like George Lobo, but he's definitely stronger than a lion. That now you know, man. The medicine of the microphone, the golden voice of Liberia. ASHFORD GARLEY. Have a good night.
pase simbinga motema mama alingi boye oh lokutana ya mabe mama masumu double kolinga moto ezali lisumu te mpona nino driblenga boye yorma bayemba balemina koyemba likolo na yo tika enzongo bapesaka motema ndenge ndini yorma double oh komelakanga ata mikolo ya poso mama double esanga mwa bezelita manaka chwa double soki opesi maya lolemu wana nakomi esika nalingaka yo Maria Masane nabomba na motema nakoka te tika na bimisa mama nabomba na motema nakoka te tika na bimisa Hoka hey Hey, sugar. L'ingénieur Toumba Kinkela. Okaba changement. Oh, musique kitoko.
Soki opesi ngai ya lelebu mama oh double wana nakomi nesika nalingaka esalaka nga pasi na motema mama oh double na motema na molema double mama